Well, Lane, Gar's dead.
What?
He slit his own throat, didn't you?
No. He drank eggnog, and I think he's.
Hey, he was trying to eat lunch here.
I think he's throwing up.
Gar rolled one fuck ton of a 1 on lunch.
Well, McGarnagle. Itchy's dead.
I would have said Raven.
Oh, Raven's
Stop making fun of Gar for drinking eggnog.
I mean, eggnog here. No, it's because of his Popeyes.
All right, I'll do it for you.
Wait, he's throwing up.
Garnagle.
Is he throwing up?
I don't know. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
I'm sorry. I know how much food poisoning sucks. Believe me. Remember?
Just use an antidote or a food antidote.
I've been turned to an AI. Okay, he's an AI apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, he drank eggnog and it made him into an AI.
Too much nog.
That sounds like a believable Christmas movie.
You know what the worst part is? It kind of does. I can almost imagine it. Someone dies because they drink too much eggnog, and then they reincarnate them as an AI, and they learn the true meaning of Christmas. What am I saying?
Oh.
Cue the
roll
call.
Whatever could that mean?
We are live!
Mike! Zenkaigan! Connect. Loading. Broadcast.
Equipment wielder. Newcaster.
Loyal and loud. Pinkcaster Lane.
Explorer from the unknown. Yellowcaster. Auto-Gar.
One little spark of courage. Dreamcaster. Global Soft Purpose.
Broadcasting hundreds of opinions across the world!
Radio Sentai Castranger.
On air.
Wait, that's the Ultraman thing.
Well, greetings everyone and welcome to Radio Sentai Castranger, the show where we talk about Kamen Riders past, present, future, Super Sentai, and all metal heroes in between. I'm your host, Pinkcaster Lane. With me is Bluecaster, Sheeta's Azeel, Dreamcaster, Global Soft Perka, and in the bathroom, vomiting his brains out, is Yellowcaster Autogar.
You don't need to say who's here! That's the fucking point of the roll call!
Wait a minute.
Woo! I got root beer!
Apparently.
Oh yeah, well I got Blue Pop!
Quick, water bottle noises!
Quick, open this ranch sauce!
Oh no, Emily's phone! She's got a bag! Yeah!
She's got a full bottle!
Trifecta!
No, it's a almost empty bottle. I'm sorry, that was dumb.
Oh yeah, let's go listen to Ultraranger episode 55, out now.
Apparently he has no
Now,
Go fight, blurp, blurp, blurp.
Is he talking
that's what we
about
call
his
it.
two arms? Captain Two?
Oh, he's Captain Tube Hands! He's been turning to Captain Tube Hands.
More like Captain Tube Colon right now.
So Gar, what do you think of Zeo right now?
Are you actually
I really
throwing
hope
up, or are you
pretending to
fake
be.
throwing
I
up?
really
fake
hope those
throwing up.
sounds of terrible anal problems are audible on the mic.
Oh!
See, we hear at
So
Radio...
what I'm saying is he thinks it's shit.
We here at Radio Sentai Castranger leave nothing out.
He wasn't throwing up.
So if there's one day where we're in the middle of an episode and I have to take a massive shit, we're gonna hear that.
These
on
walls are thin!
Oh yeah. Insulation, what's that? It's gonna be a cold ass winter. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, so this week we are beginning a new theme month because don't I fucking enjoy those? So today, this week on Castranger, we are reviewing Kamen Rider Zeo episode 5 and 5.5.
Patranger episode 35, but not really because it's more of a Lupin episode.
No, it's 34.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And starting our new theme month of BORGTOBER, we will be discussing episodes 1, 2, and 21 of Big Bad Beetleborgs.
It was actually pretty awesome. Is that part of the
Is that Beetleborg at the door? It's Garber. It's a Gar version of Flabber.
It's the yellow Gar Beetleborg.
Yo!
Alright, let's do it!
Rider
So in other news, this morning I purchased $244 worth of stuff. So gave me
Jesus fuck.
Go to itcamefromjapan.com.
Yeah.
Well, let me go off the list of things I bought because everyone wants to hear what I've impulsively spent on this week.
It's time for the Lane shopping corner.
So I have now purchased a Kamen Rider Drive ride watch, a Kamen Rider X-Aid ride watch, the SH Figure Arts Ant-Man from Ant-Man and the Wasp because I fucking love Ant-Man, best MCU hero. The Yudo Series 2 Lupinranger versus Patranger set. That's Patron X, Lupin X, a Porterman, and Patron Yugo. And then the Ultraman Rube DX Rube Crystal Collection case. And then Collection Crystal Sets 02 and 03.
Can't believe that all happened during this episode of Zeo that we're reviewing.
I know. So anyways, this is a Forza episode, and Gintaro's in it, but not in the way I wanted it. We just get back-to-back shots of him.
So they clearly couldn't get his actual actor and just hired someone with a similar body type.
But you do see his hair.
Yeah, we see his hair.
His hair is pretty well known.
And then when, there's a part where, because Otsuki shows up and he, gives Sogo the Forza ride watch. And he's like, oh, yeah, Gentaro would give this to you, but he's out looking for a missing student right now, so he's not here. And I'm like, was that your excuse why he's not here?
At first, I was thinking maybe that was a reference to one of the movies. But
a certain point of view, Gar?
But then I'm like, no, there's actual students missing in this episode, so he is already out on the chase. And it's interesting.
Chase. Drive! Oh, there you go, Ichi. There's Gates' water style armor.
Oh, shit.
That actually looks really nice.
Wait, is that real?
No, it's a shop.
Oh, because it's real.
Because, Rider Custom does Rider Customs.
Oh, that makes sense.
Now I want to see that on Zeo.
That does look cool.
Okay, can you make Gates Gold Drive armor?
Oh, fuck.
Sorry, Gord Drive armor?
Yeah.
Fuck, I hate myself for saying that.
Oma Drive.
Yeah.
So,
Amaze Drive.
So, episode 5 starts with Wool and Aura having a friendly rivalry chat, telling each other how they suck. And then the big boss steps in to actually freeze them along with the rest of the paused VHS.
I love it though. If you actually pay attention to when they freeze time, you just see this guy as time freezes, this guy dropped his stuff on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh shit, time freeze!
Yes, and also they steal a chocolate bar from someone. Well, Schwartz does.
Yeah.
Also, Cold Iron, I don't know who you are, but I fucking love your name. That's awesome. As an awesome name.
In our chat.
I salute you for that. That's
he takes the chocolate and
and eats it.
No, we're both of us thinking that they would turn him into the another.
Yeah. When we were watching the time freeze scene happen, you see the guy spilling his boxes, and I just wanted Wool or Aura to go, I can change time so you didn't spill those boxes if you become another rider.
You need a time jacker? I can make it big.
Oh, I did notice.
God damn it, yeah! Space Jam Joe!
Yes, I did notice one other thing. Is it okay?
Go ahead.
There's the part where Schwartz first shows up,
Mm-hmm.
and I was looking at his jacket and thinking why does it have all these weird holes in it? And then I realized that they're holes in the fabric of time.
Ooh, good.
That's a good one.
I don't know if that's on purpose or not.
And just what is it with Toku and using the name Schwartz for in shit? Tokuger, we had a villain named Schwartz. In Ultraman Rube, we have Ultraman Orb Dark Noir Black Schwartz.
That's literally just black 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh, I just noticed a painting of Kylo Ren.
Oh yeah, and Johnny got me that.
Sorry for I didn't notice it.
My Lord and Savior.
That's a really cool picture.
I know.
No religion in this house.
And then Schwartz, hey, Kylo Ren is a god, and you will respect him as so.
I mean, the cross-shaped blade there isn't helping the analogy not make sense. Yeah.
Especially since it's upside down, so you can,
So he's a Satanist.
He's a Satanist, yeah.
Anyways.
Dark side. Anyways.
And now we have Schwartz of the Time Jackers.
Yeah, so Schwartz is just pretty much translation to Aura and, don't you two fuck around. I'm watching you. I can...
Ride watching you.
My name's Schwartz. It's watch brand. I'm watching you. I almost want to make like the thumbnail
Evil
just
will always triumph because good is dumb.
Because good is dumb.
Yeah.
It's true.
You know what? That's my mantra. Just, now you will see that evil always wins because good is dumb. Yes, that is my mantra for the rest of... You know what? I'm putting that in my favorite quotes on Facebook.
I thought you were a good guy.
No,
I thought you were going to say, let's go on my tombstone.
Emily, I love the Empire in the First Order. I am nowhere near a lover of good guys in Star Wars.
On the other hand, no, not Star Wars, just in general. On the other hand, there's a lot of debate that the Jedi are actually much worse than the Empire are, which I actually agree with.
I don't know enough about Star Wars to make a judgment
Anyways,
on that.
I'm pretty solidly on the Empire side.
This isn't a Star Wars podcast, even though I wish it was, but it's
I always
another
consider
day.
myself more of a chaotic good kind of lad.
So, you like the Separatists?
I don't know.
I do what I think is right, even if it doesn't obey your pithy laws.
I
They
don't
have
know.
robots.
I feel like I would be part of the Empire, but try to make sure they don't kill people and end up getting killed for that.
Star Wars.
Yes.
So anyone who knows undergrads, I don't know if we mentioned it
It's getting a
before,
movie, isn't it?
they're doing the Kickstarter for their movie, so anyone who's interested, go pledge the shit out of that.
One of the best fucking reward items they can give you is just Rocco's fake ID. Like, it's literally
And
just
it's one of the cheaper
it's a
items, too.
piece of cardboard that just has a picture of Rocco on it, and it just says,
I am 21, so drinking is yes.
so drinking is yes.
Yes, drinking! I'm gonna make you my bitch!
Just the fucking giant bottle.
That show is super quotable.
Yeah, and it got canceled, and it really sucks. I don't know what
Alright,
it did.
back on topic.
Anyways, I want to make the thumbnail just... Can we have the...
There it is.
There it is. I want to make the thumbnail just Schwartz, like, looking... The Schwartz's face, but his eyes are just Schwartz brand watches. Please.
If we don't come up with anything better.
Anything better, yeah. That's the temporary one for now.
So the episode after that...
We get the openings updated with, like, Wool and Aura being, like, really stupid, and Schwartz is like, "What the fuck you guys doing?"
Yeah, so we can see Aura and Schwartz's faces now during the opening.
So pretty much he's their babysitter.
I feel like it might be more complex than that, but we'll see what happens.
They're his children.
What are you guys doing?
But they're his children.
Wouldn't surprise me. Yes, Daddy! But, yeah, so the Time Jackers explicitly state before the opening starts that the timeline is headed towards Omazeo, and they're trying to replace him with their own king. So now we know for sure that that is what's happening. So I'm really interested.
Why would they want to do that, though?
Maybe
Isn't he not evil enough?
Maybe that's the thing. That's what I've been saying. Maybe the Time Jackers aren't as evil as we thought. They're just using really fucked up methods. Because, like, make no mistake that the other riders are causing havoc and killing people and doing whatever the hell they want, but as we've seen with the first two so far, there's been a method to their madness. They've been trying to accomplish something.
Well, they're trying to stop Omazeo from
You know what I would love? I would love if when Zeo goes to Blade's timeline, he just, like, turns king form, and Zeo's just like, "Oh, I'll show you a king form, motherfucker!"
Oh, probably.
Or just, like, Blade king form's about to fight Zeo, and then just Omazeo shows up and just, like, fucking one-ups him.
Don't know.
Because as we know, Blade king form is one of the most broken rider forms of all time. It is cannot be defeated.
So far, none of the riders who have shown up have used anything other than their base forms, so...
I almost want to make that the thumbnail with fucking Omazeo's face and Zeo's face.
Long live the king.
Ah! No! It's just Gates. No! Oh no, it's Soup.
Yeah.
No!
So we see Junichiro in the clock shop, who is reluctantly being coerced into fixing an audio system because it has a clock in it.
And then he's just like, "Oh no, I won't say no to fixing things, but I like clocks."
But I love that. It sounds like he's dealing with the kind of asshole customers I have to deal with at work. Fix my thing, but I only fix clocks. Well, this thing has a clock, so it counts, fix it. Yeah, okay. I need the business.
Oh my god, actually, yeah, just looking at this picture, like, from The Lion King, you could have Scar be Omazeo, Zeo be Mufasa, and then you could just have the Time Jackers be the fucking three hyenas.
Oh my god.
Zazu is Waz.
Wazoo?
Yeah, and then fucking because you can, Timon and Pumbaa are Gates and Soup.
It makes too much sense. That's the worst part.
We've nailed it, people.
Hakuna Mazeo.
What a wonderful rhyme. There you go.
Hakuna Mazio ain't no movie exclusive.
There you go.
It means no worries, cause your timeline's erased.
Wow. That's awful.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Gates and Soup are apparently just spend all of their free time looking for mysterious disappearances because they are the ones who initiate the mission of the week. They notice that there are a bunch of high school girls missing who are all 18-year-old Libras.
And then Soup proceeds to go around asking all the girls if they're 18.
They're 18.
How the fuck did Soup get Amanogawa uniforms?
And weirdly not whether they're Libras.
Okay, well, it's like where we got our school uniforms from McCarthy's, so there's just a store that sells them.
Don't you have to prove you go to that school to buy their uniforms?
I don't know, she used her tablet and gave them a shit ton of money for the uniforms.
Or probably use her tablet to forge documents.
There you go.
I mean, that sounds believable.
Psychic paper from Doctor Who!
But yeah, so they infiltrate Amanogawa and then proceed to become super weird creep stalkers type people by just going around asking, hey, do you know any 18-year-old Libras? I'm looking to hook up with some 18-year-old Libras.
And then we see a bunch of cheerleaders that's supposed to be based off of Mew from Forza, and then we see a bunch of football jocks that are supposed to resemble Shun from Forza. So
references.
Yeah, references. No, I like that. That was nice.
And then Sogo does something pretty awesome. They need to hack into the school student database to find out who they should be looking for, and Sogo has a sudden idea, and he throws himself off the fucking stairs so they can have the nurse from the infirmary go over to help him, and they'll have access to the computer. I gotta say, that's a pretty smart taking one for the team there on Sogo's part.
Also, Sogo looks really, really good in the fucking uniform.
Well, it's a good uniform.
Yeah.
Everyone looks good in it. Gentaro would look good in it. He fucking wear it more than 2 episodes.
No, he's a delinquent. He's better than everyone.
But doesn't he turn out to be nice and not mean?
Oh no, Kisaragi Gentaro is like one of the most friendliest people you'll ever meet. He literally befriends everyone in the entire school, including the villain.
And a satellite.
I love that. That's awesome.
And the moon.
He befriends a fucking satellite station.
Yep. Anyways. So then, another Forza shows up or whatever like that. Or no, before that, one of the girls is up on the rooftop, and then all of a sudden, Kaiser shows up.
Masato Kusaka, what are you doing here?
And he's just...
And not only what are you doing here, but what are you doing alive?
Yeah.
You have died in every continuity! Explain this! I dare you!
See, I don't know what this is about.
So
Kusaka was from the 5 series.
Yeah, we're going into a little bit spoiler territory, but
from a show from 15 years ago.
Long story short, Commander Kaiser gets his neck snapped, and he dies. And then in the movie he also dies. And then in another movie where they show an alternate timeline of Faiz, he also dies in that.
Changeling Rider in our chat is saying the guy movie revived him. That movie was non-canon, regardless of what happened in it.
It was non-canon. So
I'm gonna fire the non-canon right into fucking Kusaka's face.
Also, he continues to, I feel bad for using this word, but he continues to be rapey, as he was with Mari in Faiz.
There's really no better word for it.
I know, well, he was very creepy and trying to, seduce her all the time, and she's like, no.
And what we are led to believe, but probably isn't actually what's happening, is that Kusaka finds the one person who fits this bill, Yamabuki Karin, and it's made to look like he throws her off the fucking roof!
Yeah, I thought that they were going to make a thing where they said, oh, she killed herself, because that's actually a common problem in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next episode will tell us what actually happened, but that's what the direction and cinematography of the scene is pointing at, trying to tell us. It makes it look like Kusaka threw her off the roof. And then she's saved by another Forze.
Yep. Forze!
So now I have no fucking clue what's happening.
Then apparently Forze turns into another Faiz, and...
No, but what's really interesting about Another Rider Forze is, you see him do the, head sweep, he's combing his hair, and he does the Uchukita pose, but doesn't say it.
And then he uses, rocket, launcher, chain array, which I was fucking happy about, because that's one of my favorite switches. It's number 13.
And they just straight up reuse the actual Switch sound effects. I'm kind of sad they didn't, make demonic versions, rocket on, or some shit like that.
On.
Wouldn't that be awesome if the other riders could form change?
Yeah.
That'd be so awesome.
Fucking the Lucky
It might
States
be
or
just
something.
It might be just too much. It might be just
It's
hard.
too many suits.
Too many suits.
I was thinking it.
Too many suits.
Takes a lot to make a suit. Yeah.
And during the first fight with another Forza, Sogo drops the build ride watch and Gates just decides, fuck it, give me it, I'm gonna use it. Why? Fuck it.
Because I have a figure of it.
Gotta sell that merch.
Yep. Best merch.
And it's cool.
It looks good on him. Like I
I
said.
do think it looks way better on Gates than it does on Zio.
Yeah. Well, because of like the red and blue. And
Yeah.
you know,
The red and black look a lot
complements the red on him already. So. And then like later on in the episode, we see him go, use drive armor again, which I was happy about. And like it's cool when he's summoning the drive armor. It actually does like his like. You know, get ready for a ride, and then take you for a ride pose, and it was yeah, it was really fucking cool. And even though yes, he got his ass kicked, drive armor's still fucking badass. So I love it. I'm kind of tempted to get the Gates figure and the drive armor just so I can have that as a figure.
I might if they do the wizard armor.
That they will.
But after the first fight, we get to see this generation of the school's Kamen Rider Club, who are populated by two characters who are strongly reminiscent and might even actually be...
You and Lane.
Well, I was going to say those two guys from the Ultimatum movie.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, the Ultimatum movie, which is is my favorite Rider crossover movie of
I'm
all
really
time.
sorry.
It's-
That's what I thought you were going to
Because,
say.
like, the big guy is clearly Kong, and there was a scrawny little dude whose name I can't remember, but there was definitely a character like that in the Rider Club in Ultimatum. But yeah, Emily in our chat, after watching the episode, was like, hey, look, it's Lane and Ichi.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not going to disagree with you on that.
I would fan out like that too. But it's cool. They're like, oh, Kamen Riders! Oh my god, come to the Kamen Rider Club! And like, yeah, it's great that they
Come validate our existence!
It's great they kept continuity that the Rabbit Hutch was destroyed.
Yeah, so now it's just a normal club room.
Yeah, now it's just a normal club room. And then, yeah, Otsugi shows up and then he sees, like, he notices the ride watches on Gates' wrist and he's like,
Kamen Rider!
oh, God! He's like, wait! And he, like, goes in this little lock box he has and he picks up the Forza Rider Watch, but inside the box there's a picture of the...
Sonoda.
Yeah, from who's the Scorpio Zodiac, so...
Spoilers for our 7-year-old show.
Yeah, but anyways, that was cute that he still thinks about her.
Very nice Easter egg.
Yeah.
And that's not the only one, because if you look at the wall, you can see photos of the actual Forza cast, which I'm surprised by.
Yeah, they make a mention of Ryusei and stuff, and I'm like, oh god, there's all of them. Like, I miss them so much. I love, like, I consider the Kamen Rider Club as a whole character in and of itself.
Oh, so. Cold Iron in our chat is saying that the Kamen Rider Club guys remind him of Vulcan Skull.
A little bit.
Oh yeah.
I guess.
I
Just
was
fucking play the
thinking
song
that too.
over them.
Also, again, at one point, Waz just fucking appears out of nowhere, and so I decided for a challenge for myself, since usually every year we do like a count thing, so we weren't able to find one. We weren't able to find one for this year for Lupin Patranger. So I've put it upon myself that I will go back and watch episode 1, and I'm going to keep a count of every single time Waz says Wagamao, because I fucking love it every time he says it. So yeah, we're starting next week. I'm gonna make sure to keep a track, and we're gonna start a Wagamao counter. So
I'm putting that one on you.
Yep, it's all on me. So I can't wait. Wagamao.
You know what we didn't get with Otsugi?
Hmm?
He didn't do the suspender snap.
He did.
Did he?
We did see him go.
I don't remember it.
Yeah, he did. He did do it. I was very happy.
All right. But yeah, so he gives him the Forza ride watch because Gentaro, back when he ran the club, was like, give these to some guys who show up, some amazing dudes who show up.
Yeah,
because
they're my friends.
Yeah, which means, obviously, they're going to talk to Gentaro in some capacity in the next episode.
Yep.
Which is going to be really interesting, seeing as they don't have the actor.
Yup.
So they decide to go back to 2011. And they come upon Forza fighting Scorpio, which is interesting. I don't remember exactly what episode number that is, but
I'd say at least one of the first 10.
probably in the area of 10, if not 10 itself, I think. It feels like
I miss those fucking like cool coats they had, like those robes.
Oh, the
Zodiac robes.
Yeah.
Oh, those are so fucking cool.
What the fuck were they called? The horoscopes.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were awesome jackets.
So cool. I'm Numbface.
Yep.
I miss him.
That's Leo.
Yep.
So, as Forze is fighting Scorpio, Schwartz stops time and walks up to a dude who looks like he's sick, and we see later that he has some sort of psychic power, just like the kids from Ultimatum, but it's fading. So Schwartz comes up and he's like, I'm going to make you an evil rider, and I'm not asking for consent. But strangely, in a twist, considering this is the first time we're seeing Schwartz use his forceful Another Rider creation, the dude is like, no, I need superpowers, so yeah, do it.
Was that guy a guy from something previous, or did he just show up in this episode?
I don't think we've seen him before.
Because he seemed like they were playing him up like he was from something.
I don't know, I think this is just an incidental character.
Chris says, take a shit for me. I meant shot.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So we see this guy become another Forze, and the instant he does that, time resumes, and Forze, who's fighting just off to the side, loses his powers and memories. So anyone out there who had any doubt remaining that what erases the timeline is the creation of the Another Rider, there's your proof. People on the Facebook group have been talking about...
Oh, it's the Ultimatum kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss his longer hair. It looked better.
People in the Rider groups have been talking about how, like, when Zeo steals the ride powers, that's what erases it from the timeline. But if you pay attention to the way things happen, it's not that. The Another Rider stepping into the same area as the actual Rider erases the timeline, and the Ride Watch, which is unrelated to the Another Rider in any capacity so far, is all that's left to prove that Rider ever existed since the timeline got erased. So it's not that Zeo's stealing Rider powers, he's salvaging them.
Yeah. And then yeah, just like they go to fight and whatever like that, and like while that's happening or whatever, Soup is like going to investigate, trying to find like the missing girl, the latest one.
Yeah, so she talks to Yamabuki Karin in this room with a bed in it, and during the 2011 scene, you see the kid trying to use his power on a girl lying in what is assumedly the same bed, so it's probably Karin.
That's why I was wondering if that guy was meant to be something, because he seems to have some kind of special powers beforehand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So my thought is, back in 2011, that's Karin, and maybe he's using some sort of power to keep her young?
Maybe.
Oh, that actually kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
Which is why she's still a high schooler in 2018?
Huh.
And maybe because she's still there, Masato is investigating her?
So she was an 18-year-old Libra at the time, and maybe he needs the essence of other 18-year-old Libras to keep her alive or something?
That could be it.
It
would fall in line with the motivations of the Another Riders.
Yeah, that's true. And the last guy basically is people who share the same shape as my son.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's a weird way of saying it, but...
Would you fit into the same slot in one of those Japanese game shows?
This hole was made for me.
Yeah. But when we see another Forze, like, attacking another victim, we see him actually use the core switch to, like, absorb them.
Yep. That was cool.
That was weird yet interesting.
Yeah.
It's the actual core switch. That's a plot point from actual Forze, for those who don't know.
Oh, it's a cell.
Oh.
So Zeo and Gates time travel together and swoop in to fight another Forze. And as Zeo is about to go into his Forze armor, another Forze is trying to stop him, and Waz comes in to tank the hit.
Just... How dare you interrupt my lord's fucking transformation sequence? And if we didn't already know that Commodore Waz was going to be a thing, this would be this is a really good hint that he's probably going to become one later.
Right.
So.
Well, I mean, the leak sort of.
Yeah. But anyways, that's fucking awesome. That just like he cares so much about his fucking his king. He's like no, fuck you. You don't do that. He just like throws him back, and I'm like, all right. And then we got the debut of Kamen Rider Zeo Forze armor, and just my god, this form is amazing. It's so fucking cool.
Why did you post the "How do you do, fellow kids" picture?
Because Scar's being a weirdo.
No, but is it a reference to something specific that was said?
I think it's supposed to be like Otsugi.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, okay.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Yeah, that actually does make sense.
There we go.
But I will reluctantly admit that Zeo Forza armor looks pretty fucking great.
I love the rocket hands, even though they're silly.
Oh no.
I kept thinking, yo,
Rocket hands. No, but the best part about it is that they're like attachments, so he can like slip his hands out of them.
And
if he wants.
I still like that they keep the ride watch holders like on the gimmick.
I kept thinking of like Rocket Man, except rocket hands.
Rocket hands.
Yeah.
And he's also got rockets on his shins.
Yep.
But the funniest part of the transformation is the armor appears, it does the Uchukita pose, and then it like
Turns
folds
into
into itself, into the rocket, and flies around before it lands on him.
Yep.
Is Scar doing commentary in text? That's kind of awesome.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I like it.
Fucking meteor armor.
Oh yeah, there's an image of Gates' meteor armor.
That looks
Yeah,
so
those
weird.
giant
right?
flaming shoulders.
Oh dear.
Oh yeah, he's an AI.
So, meanwhile, back in 2018, Soup gets stalked by Masato, clearly trying to get at Karin for some reason, but Takumi jumps in to stop him.
And with an epic hair flip as well at the same time.
Yep.
He just like turns around and just look at my hair.
Kasaka, you fiend!
How dare you?
That is a guy, right?
Yes. That was Kamen Rider Faiz.
Yep.
Okay.
That's Faiz's original actor.
Yes, so that is a guy. I didn't because I was thinking like, okay, that the way they're framing that's a guy. Like that's actually somebody.
It's Amazon attacking Anakin.
Wow.
Anakin.
So, back in 2011, we see Zeo do his limit time break and go all, Rocket Man!
And it's really actually, like, at first I thought it was silly, but no, it's pretty funny.
He goes into space like Cure Honey's attack.
And then launches back down to the ground and just...
No, before that,
Oh.
we see him do his attempt at Forzy's catchphrase.
Oh, yeah.
Instead, he goes, Uchuniku! Which is just, go to space!
Go to space! And yeah, he does...
I'm Zeo! In rocket form! Go to space!
You don't need any rider to believe in you and you believe in yourself. That's a gum stroke. Yeah, so he does his rocket tailspin kick. It's pretty fucking cool. And then he like launches back down to the fucking ground, just explosion, and just poses. And I'm like, yes! It's so cool.
And then we see what is going to clearly be some bullshit. Another Forze, once defeated, casts off into another Faiz?
Yeah,
Okay, so
how is there another rider inside another rider?
So my guess is that he has 2 ride watches in him.
I mean, that has to be.
Maybe that was Schwartz, because he said experiment, right? So maybe he was trying an experiment with them.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, so maybe Schwartz just has the ability to make a single person 2 another riders at the same time.
My thought was maybe that to get back at Schwartz, Wool and Aura decided to pull some prankster shit and just put another watch in him while he was already
What's the
Forze.
point of that?
Just to fuck with his experiment.
Okay. No, but my theory is that is his experiment, that he can just do that.
And yes, everyone's gonna make the joke, Forze became Faiz because 4-5, ha ha ha.
Oh.
Wait, I never even thought of that, and I feel like a moron.
Did it really not occur to you?
No. It did not.
I didn't. I'm sorry.
God damn it. God damn it. God damn it.
He leveled up!
What was that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. I'll eat later, don't worry.
And this was also episode 5.
Fuck.
So,
Shut up, Wesley.
So the episode ends, and next week we get to see Gates' Faiz armor.
Yeah, Gates Faiz armor.
Which, aside
looks
from...
ugly!
Actually, aside from the shoulders, I think it looks good. Just the shoulders are fucking terrible.
Yeah, fucking... Could have just done the mission memory shoulders, and it looks better.
Yep. So, we go into
Oh my god!
We go into episode 5.5. What was this episode about? All they were doing was just commenting on the fact that Faiz is the name of the rider that they're encountering now, and they make a fucking infomercial for the Faiz Phone
That
X.
was very weird.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, Soko picks up on the fact that Faiz is related to the Faiz Phone X that Soup and Gates have, but they're like, no, it just has a similar name. Oh yeah, well, your name's Tokyo Asogo. Doesn't that sound just like Tokyo Aso, the neighborhood that Ishinomori grew up in?
Oh my god.
Did you not watch the episode?
No, I don't think so. No,
But yeah, that's the thing. They get up in his face about that, even though he's completely right.
No, I'm just saying, oh my god, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
That is pretty amazing.
Wow.
And it's funny because Go, which is added on the end, is 5.
Cool.
It's all connected.
Oh my god.
But yeah, they end the episode saying, oh, the Phi's Phone X might not be related to Phi's.
Bullshit.
Why would they mislead us like that? We know it is!
Hell, we watched
is out of universe.
we watched a review of the toy, and it goes.
The only people who are gonna believe any of this bullshit are people who have no idea what Phi's is!
Well, I don't, but I know kind of what it is.
Like, you're at least aware that it exists.
I know he uses a phone to transform.
Exactly.
And it's in like a briefcase. I know that. That's
Yeah.
all I know, and that it's sad.
Pretty much.
Longest henshins ever.
That's all I know about Phi's.
It's one of the only henshins where that literally involves opening a briefcase, picking up pieces out of the briefcase, equipping the belt on, equipping the weapons on either side of them, taking the phone, opening the phone, dialing the numbers, pushing the enter button, closing the phone, holding it up, saying the thing, putting the thing in and doing the transformation. It's the slowest henshin.
Oh, it's like a bad slur.
Anyways, so 5.5 was fucking stupid, and I think they're running out of ideas.
Cool.
We'll see what happens next time.
Anyways, yo, Kuxa!
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour! Here
Yeah,
comes the car with the...
And yes, I've been waiting like a half an hour
Yeah,
just
I
to
know
do
you
that.
have. I know you have.
Way to ruin it by stating that. Be our guest, put our podcast to the test.
Yeah, I guess time to drink a little drink it, but time to take a drink again.
Okay.
Also, no longer an AI. Please do not look at the man in the room.
Pay no attention to the man on the shitter.
Don't do that when he's drinking milk!
Chocolate milk.
Oh my god, you really
You're gonna kill him, Phoebe. You're gonna kill him. Don't do that. That's not nice.
We're now holding auditions for new Yellowcaster.
Oh, that was so funny. Please don't pay attention to the man on the shitter.
Gar, are you okay, Gar? Gar! Are you okay?
Gar's fine.
Alright, he's okay! There's another Space Jam joke for you.
Jesus. Don't say funny things when someone's drinking milk.
How dare you say jokes on a podcast?
Glass of milk. Glass of milk.
Yeah. Quite.
So, yeah.
This explains where the Lupinrangers were from episode 33.
And also, fucking Kairi got, like, a shit ton of development. Like, development that I'm actually kind of really happy he got.
Yes.
Like, he went into a direction where I was like, no, that's awesome.
Right?
Good for you. So pretty much...
Yes,
the,
shoot your brother!
the whole gist of this episode was pretty much just Kairi going, no, I fucking love being a thief.
He basically went, fuck you, I like being who I am.
And I'm gonna save you my own goddamn way.
I'm gonna shoot you I'm gonna save you by shooting your fucking face.
Are you a Lupin or are you a Ranger?
Are you a Lupin or are you a Bloopin?
Lupin? Rangers? Lupin Rangers.
We haven't made a joke about the dangerous zombie theme, except it's something else.
Oh, the
yet.
dangerous riff?
Yeah.
Dangerous Magnum. Same riff, but with Magnum noises.
With gun noises.
He's gonna eat it.
Ooh, triple chocolate. I don't know
It's
if I can
also
handle
got
this.
icing in the middle.
I can be...
Cupcakes.
Now you sold me.
There are many things I ate tonight that probably...
Dangerous cupcake.
It could have been the cupcake.
Is it good?
It could have been the egg.
chocolate.
It could have been...
I'm gonna be hyper for the rest of the night.
Yay!
Oh, no.
So the episode opens with Kairi playing some b-ball with some kids outside of the school.
Oh, come
And he pretends, and Kairi decides to be an edgelord, and is like, basketball's stupid.
I don't like basketball. It's for kids.
In West Japan, nowadays, on the b-balls, I spend most of my days chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool while shooting some b-ball outside the school where a couple of guys, they were up
A couple of ganglers who were up to no good. Started
murdering my brother in my neighborhood.
And then my brother got frozen and I got scared and Cover's like,
"You're two strangers in a cafe downstairs." Wow.
That was awesome.
Shout out to the cab. Yo ho to Jur.
No, I shouted to the cabby, yo Kusaru.
All I can think about is that one YouTube poop with King Dedede where it's like, I rolled up to his house about 7 or 8 and I yelled to the cabbie, ah!
The Fresh Prince of Lupin.
I'm sorry.
oh no.
What's up, Noel?
So I love that this episode literally does nothing to Noel except prove that he has his own weaknesses.
As much as the badass as he is, he's got some flaws.
He has someone that he thought of during that.
It's his father.
So the episode is
There's
basically...
Arsene Lupin.
Arsene Lupin's dad.
Arsene Lupin's dad.
Arsene Lupin's dad.
Daddy didn't love me.
I don't know. I'm not sold on that yet.
Yeah, where's the dad? He's not there.
Noel uses a collection.
Lupin wasn't there.
Take me to the fan.
All he cared about was stealing!
Oh.
No, because Noel has a collection piece that makes him stay young and youthful, and that's why he's so cool.
Maybe.
Groovy.
So
baby.
So basically, they walk back into the bistro, and Goody applies himself directly to Kairi's face. That was funny.
Autogar AI, you're not there anymore.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Well, that's me now.
And he tells them that Noel was investigating Arsène Lupin's secret hideout, where his favorite collection piece, the Lupin Magnum, was discovered.
And then they found out it was porn.
His favorite collection is the Playboy collection.
Oh. Oh my.
Oh my.
You don't want a Yokoksuru on this one.
Yokoksuru.
So Noel apparently figured out where this hideout is and was consumed by its final trap. And then before we get there, we meet Cerbero, the gangler for this week, but they don't say his last name. He's apparently a gun nut who is collecting human weapons.
He's themed after Cerberus and has a sentient shoulder that smells guns.
That is
him
accurate.
Wolfgang too.
It's appropriate since we're talking about Beetleborgs.
I didn't like this gangler at all.
I did. I liked him.
Nah, he looks weird.
The other one
Triggered.
look normal?
I like how the other one's less stupid. Not by much. Stop it.
Never.
Why you defile as God?
We talked about him a lot last week.
What I noticed when Cerbero was introducing himself is he called himself Hell's Watchdog, and I'm like, you motherfucker, that title belongs to one Doggy Kruger, bitch!
Yep.
Actually, Doggy Kruger is the guard dog of hell.
Maybe it was translated differently, but I'm pretty
Maybe
sure...
you were translated differently. Did you ever think about that?
Well,
pretty sure-
Cerberus is the guard dog of hell.
I'm pretty sure he said the same
Hades
words.
/ the afterlife.
But yeah, I know that Cerberus actually is the guard dog of hell, but I'm pretty sure that this was ripped right from Kruger.
Oh, I didn't even notice until I saw your notes that he holds 3 guns like the 3 heads.
It's hard to say if it's actually 3 different guns or if he actually kit bashed 3 guns into 1 gun. But yeah, he's got this pistol that it looks like it's 3 different guns that are merged together, and he just fires them all together. And I'm like, you Vincent and Valentine ass Cerberus gun motherfucker.
What a revolver ocelot.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Because it looks just like the Cerberus rifle that Vincent Valentine has in Final Fantasy VII. Particularly the Dirge of Cerberus game.
3 guns, more than enough to kill any Lupinrangers that move.
I've got 1 for each of you.
Yeah, maybe that was the joke.
But aside from that, it was... Unless there was a detail I missed, Cerberus only had 2 heads.
I didn't see the 3rd.
His actual head, the one on his shoulder, and then his other shoulder was the tail. I didn't see a 3rd head.
The gun was his 3rd head.
This is Cerberus, not Argos.
You're
His,
not Argos.
his 3rd head's the gun.
Ooh, that's a neat thought.
So at first, I was wondering...
The dogs or the guns or the dogs that bark and shoot guns at you?
Alright, do your worst.
Release the robotic Richard Simmons.
That tree could hold 9 canisters of radiation.
Some soap fell on the floor.
That's okay.
Okay, sorry.
So the Lupins go up to the cave, and oh gee,
Recording?
Yep.
and oh gee, there's a Lupin emblem on the wall. I wonder if that's a fucking secret entrance. And shoop.
And then all of a sudden, a giant boulder comes out of nowhere, and like Kaitu's like, that wasn't here before. So,
Which
what
means
is that? Is that a trap built for someone who comes in a second time?
I think what
It's
they
a
were
trap built for Indiana Jones reference.
a trap built for 2. I think what happened was they were implying that the dungeon was randomized, which seems like a
Wait,
thing
it's a
that
Binding of Isaac level?
magical fucking Master Kaitou that Arts and Lupin is could probably rig up with a collection piece.
Oh.
So the Patos end up engaging Cerbero, and Sakia, being the sharpshooter, does some neat bank shots.
Oh
on him.
yeah, no, that was sick. Good for him.
And he more points to him because when Cerbero starts going on about, oh, I've got to find the cutie, he immediately notices that he's probably talking about more guns because he's been stealing rare looking guns.
Yep.
Which is why I think the one that he's using is actually just 3 different ones he rubber banded together.
I just hear
poorly.
Reaper's, I can just hear like Reaper's VA with him just die.
Right?
Yeah, that's actually really good. Yeah.
It's really funny because his ability to sense guns literally can be described as my shoulder smells guns.
What's that, boy? A shark neither?
Yeah. So the Lupins going through the dungeon fight just like a random knight in a suit of armor.
Yeah. No, it was just like a suit
Normal ass
actor
knight
with
dude.
like a black suit on and then just armor over top of it. It was really lame. It's actually really fucking lame.
What are we on, easy mode?
Yes, we are.
Is this easy mode?
So they come to the chamber where the Lupin Magnum is, and for several seconds it focuses on the Magnum being there and the Lupin's walking up towards it, and then several seconds later you see just off to the side, oh hey, Noel's there, unconscious.
Oh, hey, no.
So hey,
you're right.
Didn't know you were here. It's so hilarious how they just don't pay attention to him, even though he's lying there collapsed.
So during that or whatever, freaking Kairi found like 3 different French words, and he's like, Toma, what the fuck does this mean? Because I guess he immediately assumes Toma knows French, and Toma knows French.
So the words are bris te fer, which translates to
Break your shackles.
break the chain.
That's what I was thinking.
And then they get hit with a blast of light, and then they go to see all 3 of their people that they're trying to get back. So Toma sees his fiance, Umika sees her best friend, and Kairi sees his brother.
And I love that immediately, because they've had experience with fake illusion worlds, their first thought is just shoot the walls of the world.
Yeah, but see that.
Why isn't it working? It worked last time.
Yeah, but that was from a gangler, not from Arsene Lupin's fucking trap.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's meant to prove that, like, you know, you sometimes have to like sacrifice. It was a test of like.
It was a test of their willpower.
Yeah, like
how far are you willing to go?
How far are you willing to go to like get back what you love? Would you be willing to shoot what you love? It's like an example for me would be like if, you know, Kelly was about to die or something like that, and to save her I had to kill Ichi. Like, it'd be a very, very hard fucking choice.
Was that your go-to?
If I were ever in a situation like that, I wouldn't even think twice before shooting myself.
Oh,
Jesus.
No, I'm serious.
It's not nice, Emily.
No,
It's okay, anyways.
And like, I get the setup they're doing. This has been done to death in fiction, but I can never fully suspend disbelief on it because, like, in this case, they know that they're illusions, but Toma and Umika still don't have the guts to pull the trigger.
Yeah. And then they get, like, hit with these, like, fucking arrows, and they're like, ah!
It reminded me of that one part of the battle with Xemnas from Kingdom Hearts 2 where you have to spam X and triangle, like, for 2 minutes to dodge all of the attacks around you.
I never thought of that.
I'm like, well, I guess they failed the QTE.
Cold Iron has a good point, and so does Blaze, that it's likely he picked up the vocabulary from the fact that
They work in a French restaurant.
That cooking in general features a lot of French terminology. Although I don't know in what point break the shackles would.
I'm like, what the hell did you cook that had the word shackles in it?
Shackles.
Shuckle.
Chocolate frosted shackles.
Oh yeah, what episode? What episode is this? I forgot to say that.
Oh, we're on 216?
216. Blaze, got it!
Last one was Shuckles, so...
No, it was Weevil.
Sneasel.
It was Sneasel.
Oh, yeah.
No. Ursaring? No, Teddy Ursa.
I hope it's
Giraffering, I think, maybe?
Well, let me check.
Teddy Ursa! Yay!
Oh, see, that was close.
I love Teddy Ursa.
Teddy Ursa is great.
Oh,
I tried to make a toy of one when I was little by taking a teddy bear and just drawing him on it.
Oh.
There should be fan art of Tsukasa snuggling a Teddy Ursa.
Oh my gosh, you would love that. Sorry, that was weird.
So, Umika and Toma fail their test because they can't shoot their loved ones, but Kairi decides, no, I like being a phantom thief and I'm gonna get actual you back my way, bitch. Bam!
I don't like that the idea was that they had to shoot them. I thought it would have been better if they failed by shooting them.
Well, Arsene Lupin is a man of class and he does not make things easy.
Yeah, classy guys are always hard. Why
So-
did I say that? I don't have any experience with classy guys at all.
So Kairi completes...
I wasn't saying you guys aren't classy. I mean, like, I don't know if I...
It's okay.
No.
Yo.
I'm sorry.
So
It's
Kairi
okay, my
claims
dear.
the Lupin Magnum for his own, and for a second we see actual Arsene Lupin, or probably a pre-recorded message. Well done! You have earned my favorite piece. Now go shoot a bitch.
No.
That was pretty much it. Now go shoot a bitch!
I mean,
Go pop a cap in those gangler asses.
Pow pow!
Sideways, it's a kill shot.
I'm not gonna lie, that is basically what happened.
I like Date Movie. Date Movie was funny.
It's a kill shot.
It's a kill shot.
I haven't watched it. I just like that
I
joke.
only know about that, yeah.
Just watch Date Movie. It's actually pretty
I
funny.
remember the scene in Kick-Ass 2 where like the villain holds his gun sideways and the guy behind the counter, he's like, don't hold the gun that way, it's going to click back into your face. Shut up. He clicks it, like the whole entire like barrel goes back and hits him in the face. I told you.
Recoils a bitch.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, recoils a bitch. Shut up, give me your money.
So then we get the debut of the Lupin Magnum, and it does not disappoint. It is
But before that, I love it. Like, it's of course because it's like any proper dungeon. As soon as he picks up the treasure, the fucking Cave of Wonders starts collapsing.
You will never again see the light of day!
Touch nothing but the gun.
Yeah, that sounds a little bit weird if it's a
Hey,
gun.
goody, give me some tassel! Yeah! Yow, yow! Oh god, everything relates back to Disney.
Disney is, yeah.
It's like how an Ultra Ranger, just everything go back to Ultra King. Me and Gar have proven this theory.
Yeah.
So-
all the kaijus that have kings
King
in their names are
right.
just Ultraman King's pets.
Pet kaijus that he just finds and hunts.
Okay. So yes, the Lupin Rangers step outside of the cave to fight Cerbero, and Lupin Red pulls out the Lupin Magnum.
Oh yeah.
So Cerbero's power set is... His actual power is controlling oxygen, which lets him augment the gunpowder in his guns, which is why he's able to turn really old flintlock pistols into dangerous guns.
Dangerous
Well, the real
guns.
thing is that if you did that in real life, it would literally just blow up in your face.
Probably.
Also, if he can manipulate oxygen, he could literally just say, okay, now you guys can't breathe.
Exactly! Why wasn't that a thing?
It's just like when people... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
When people realize that water benders should technically be able to just bend anything because humans are 80% water. You could,
Human
you
bender.
could just rip the water of the road.
I mean, wasn't that the idea behind blood
Well,
bending?
they added
Yeah.
that, I think, after they realized, well, crap.
Right?
Oh,
Anyways.
shit, bloodbender.
I don't know much about Last Airbender, but that's something I do.
They can only do it on New Moon.
So, Cerbero's actual power was oxygen control, and his Lupin Collection power, which was a fucking reskin of the Tensoda from Kastranger, lets him spawn rock walls to use as cover, like any good gun shooter.
Yep.
Which is a pretty neat matchup for a power set, I gotta say.
Use Gears of War's in that shit.
Right? But yeah, so Lupin Magnum gets busted out and immediately pierces through all of his walls. Oh my god, that gun is powerful.
Yeah, no, God. And then when he fucking uses the Itadaki Don strike,
Yeah.
it, like, melts a fucking hole in him.
Like, right through his gut.
Like, you just see it, like, melt a hole into his fucking stomach and then just right through him, and I was like, Jesus, fuck.
I just love that
I'm impaled.
I just love that the wind-up for the attack is Lupin Fever!
That's
a Patapon joke.
And there's a reincarnated Babasha fever for you.
Oh yeah, yes. I didn't think of that.
Nah, Final Fantasy Battle Fever.
So, after being downed once, Ghost reuses Cerebro and he steps up and we get to see Lupin Kaiser and Emperor Dick Sword Gun.
And then he... yeah, and then I like that Kairi just, like, decides, oh, it's a gunfight.
It's a gunfight.
Oh, Noel.
Yeah.
You said Kairi.
Whatever. You know what I meant.
So they pull out Lupin Kaiser's splash magic, who throws a fucking bone and distracts him.
Literally throws a bone! Like, both literally and figuratively.
It's a bone.
And it distracts his sentient.
Yeah, he's like, oh, he's not gonna fall for that. Oh, he fell for that!
My shoulder was hungry!
Yeah, I did like when the dog shoulder was like, he's like, is that a gun, boy?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I just hear, like, Brian's, like, just...
Bark. Wolf.
Just,
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Where? You like that? You like that? Where? Shut up!
And then for the finisher, the Megazord forces Lupin Red onto the magic hand because, oh look, we've got Arson's favorite weapon. We want to see it do the thing we already saw it do.
Oh,
do the thing.
And then he uses the same attack again, and a ranger destroyed the giant Kaijin, not the Megazord.
Carter Grayson would be proud.
Right?
So good job.
That was impressive, although it was a little
You see that,
unnecessary.
folks? A ranger killed a giant Kaijin. You all know what that means, right? Oh, bitch!
Wait.
A thief!
Don't you mean a kaiju? Because kaijin is just a monster.
Blaze noticed. Wait, magic hand. Force it!
Oh, Gar pissed me off.
Did you hear what I said?
No.
Wait. Lupin Red went onto the magic hand. Force it!
Magic hand.
That's my favorite Switch chime, actually.
It's Switch number 5.
Oh my god!
There you go.
It's all connected!
And then, yeah, so Kogure is just like, oh, wow, I can't believe Lupin chose you to wield that gun. So that means I can keep it, right? Oui?
I guess so.
Oui?
And then as he steps out of the restaurant, he starts to look all slanty-eyed,
He's
saying
like,
that
I'm interested in Kairi.
Kairi's very talented.
Licks his lips.
What do we-
I don't know what the fuck that was. I'm
What
sorry.
do we think this means?
He's Kogure's long-lost dad.
Wait,
Kairi's long-lost
wait,
dad.
who are we talking about?
Kogure. Now he's commented that Kairi is a very talented individual.
What?
He's amigo in disguise.
I don't think so.
He's the descendant of Arsene Lupin.
He's the key to that book
Actually-
that carries.
Now that I think about it, we still never seen the master of this collection.
Yep. My guess on this is, I think Kogure is looking for someone to inherit the powers, abilities, family name, whatever, of Lupin.
And Kairi's gonna
Kairi is a very talented individual.
And Kairi's gonna be the new Lupin in
Kogure
the series.
To start a new chapter in the Lupin legacy.
Like-
Because think about it, Lupin the Third was the third of... Well, I don't know anything about Lupin the Third, but based on that, maybe they're looking for the next Lupin.
It's not actually like their descendants. It's just like the guy
Wait,
Lupin
he's
the
not
Third.
actually
No,
his
he
descendant?
took up the mantle of like Arsene Lupin.
Oh, like a
I
title?
always thought he
Yeah.
actually
So he's like,
was.
I'm the third Lupin.
Well, who was the second then?
He was.
Ask Raven.
He was in actual France because
Oh.
Lupin the Third's based in Japan.
So my thought is Kogure is... he might even be staging this whole gangler killing loved ones thing just to find the candidate.
So
for
it's
the next
some
Lupin.
Last Ninja bullshit.
Right.
No. Well, it would be different. It would be. It
The
would be
difference
different
there
from Last
is
Ninja.
Surprise! Your friends are actually dead.
Grandpa Ninja didn't stage the fucking yokai killing everyone to find the last ninja. They were just running the contest alongside the invasion.
See, there's a camera. Oh, you got me, guy.
It was a prank!
It was a prank. It's just fucking Ashton Kutcher comes out. You're punked.
Wait, what about all the ganglers? Those are just people in
They're
suits.
just assholes in suits! And all those effects of people dying, smoke and mirrors.
Okay, you know what? I can totally sum up the entirety opinion, like a viewpoint of Gar's like hate for Kamen Rider right now. Hey man, hey, what's going on, man? Hey, I'm about to watch Kamen Rider. Do you want to come over? You can take your Kamen Rider and shove it up your ass. I'm watching Ultraman.
Oh, that's mean.
It's the TiVo skit from Robot Chicken.
No, it seems legit.
Love you, Ultraman. Yeah, love you, Tiga. Take your fucking rider and shove it up your ass. I'm watching Tiga.
I'm still guessing that Kogure is the key to that book because that book has a lock on it.
Fuckers.
Oh, sure.
He's
And
the
that's
key
why
to that lock.
And that's why he's always carrying the book around.
By merit of existences like Goody, it wouldn't surprise me if Kogure himself was actually a collection piece that was the key to the
I
book.
feel like he is a collection piece, but I don't know what the piece is.
Like, no, he's basically what Jim Carter is to the Power Rangers. It's just
He gives them their missions.
No, something happened to the collection, and thus, whenever something does happen to the collection, he has to be awakened to find people to help to fix things.
He's like the navigator.
That has to be it though. He's trying to find a fucking heir to the
heir to
Lupin
Lupin.
collection, and Kairi's like so far winning.
Well, no, it would make sense why they're why they're putting it back in the book so that no one else can get their hands on the collection.
I'm gonna make another radical prediction. I think Kogure is a member of the French branch of the GSPO.
I think Kogure
is a mischievous
is
manager.
a woman.
Well, he did like that wig.
Well, apparently next episode we're going to learn a bit more about him because he gets split into 3 pieces.
What if...
No, Blaze, Jim Carter is not a collection piece.
I would laugh.
Le Jim Le Carter.
Le Jim Cartier.
Cartier.
What if he is, though?
The Jim map?
The Heelys.
His collection ability is the ability to detect ganglers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cartier mean map.
Did the ganglers actually...
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure map in French is Cartier.
I know that the study of maps is cartography.
Yeah.
I'm the map. He's the map.
And also next week we get to see the Lupin Magnum's giant robot form.
The what?
Wait, what?
Yeah, the gun becomes its own battle sword.
Oh, sweet. So it's like Tetra Boy.
I don't know what that is, guy.
Go watch Jetman, now available on Shout Factory's DVD collection. You'll understand that it becomes a fucking giant bazooka for the Megazord.
Good plug. Alright, any other thoughts before we move on?
No, but this was a really good episode. We dived more into Kairi, and it was actually interesting.
I'm more interested in what was Noel thinking about.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. We never got to see his dream and who he had to shoot, and apparently failed to.
It's probably Art Lupin.
No,
It was Kogure.
No,
Don't make me do it, Kogure!
Oh, I feel like he would shoot Kogure.
That's
what?
No, it was Goody.
No.
You couldn't shoot Goody.
I don't know.
No. You know who probably was?
Lupin.
Well, there's that option A. It's Lupin because I feel like we're gonna find out who Noel actually is, and I feel like he's the bastard child of Arsène Lupin.
And he's just trying to assemble the collection to make Daddy happy.
Yes.
It's some fucking Ace Gold Roger shit.
Yes.
Wow.
Or
Like Lupin was a womanizer and Noel was one of his bastard children.
I thought you were gonna say Lupin was a woman.
I would not be surprised if Lupin was a womanizer.
Or theory number 2, which is kind of the more heartwarming one. It was the Lupinrangers and Patrangers that I thought of. Because he's gotten to know them so much he considers them as his friends.
Oh,
And he can't shoot his friends.
That's stretching it a bit, but I would actually find that cute.
that'd be cute. Alright, well, feature topic time.
Flabber.
No.
It was so weird, but I like
So, Big Bad Beetleborgs.
The third spin-off from Saban Entertainment after Power
I
Rangers.
liked this as a kid.
Wait, it was the third? I thought it was the first.
No. So, quick little backstory. When Power Rangers became popular, Saban was like, let's make more shows like this. So their first attempt was VR Troopers.
Oh, VR was first.
Which somehow lasted 90 fucking episodes.
They stretched that shit out.
I bet.
Then there is the most infamous one, Saban's Mask Rider.
Yep.
Lastly, there was Big Bad Beetleborgs. And then there was one more show, something about Knights and Trinanag.
Wasn't that an original
Mystic
one?
Knights of Tirnanog was completely original, and it was gorgeous.
And we'll talk about it eventually. But Ichi, didn't you guys do a live show back in the day talking about
Yes,
Beetleborgs?
we talked about a few episodes of Beetleborgs during one of our AFK Con specials, which unfortunately included episode 2, but I have no problem talking about it again.
Yeah.
So this is the start of our theme month, BORGTOBER.
Why? I don't know. It's just the reason why I thought of BORGTOBER was it's like, well, it's Halloween. There are universal monsters in Beetleborgs.
And it's about a bunch of kids dressing up.
And it's about like a bunch of kids dressing up. And it's like, it's campy, it's fun, just like Halloween.
Yep.
So I was like, fuck it, why not make a month out of it?
It's so fucking cringy.
I like it. I really like it.
Like as a kid, yes, I remember enjoying Beetleborgs thoroughly. I even owned some figures and stuff like that. Like the designs are amazing. Don't get me wrong. Like the Beetleborgs themselves, they're fucking dope. They're awesome. But just like the show, the show is so cringy.
Yeah.
And just
Okay, here's the thing. These opening episodes are high on the cringe. It sort of dissipates a bit as they're focusing more on the plot.
all the actors in the show, they're all like they're trying way too hard, and
They're child actors. What do you want?
Do you know who's the most convincing one in the entire fucking show? Like episode 1? Trip! Trip is actually the best actor in the entire episode.
The glasses one, right?
Yeah, the rich kid with the glasses. He's the best character in the show.
I completely believe that he's a dick-faced little boy.
Oh, I don't like Van. Van's stupid, but Trip's actually interesting. I like Trip.
Who names their children Trip and Van?
Rich assholes, apparently.
Yeah, who their butler fucking hates them.
He literally drives their limo with earplugs. That's not safe.
What's their butler's name? Jeffrey?
I think so. I don't
I
remember.
think
Jeffrey?
it is Jeffrey.
Yeah, so...
Before we get into the episode, can we please talk about that theme song?
The theme song is bitchin'.
It's awkward a bit. Like, when he actually does, like, the chorus, that's cool, but, like, the in-between lines, they're really rushed, put together, and just...
Beetleborgs.
There's actually...
And now they're Beetleborgs! Like, that
part
sounds
of it where
awkward.
it basically has a jump scare.
I mean, it really... The whole theme song kind of summarizes the plot of the show pretty well.
Cool!
3 typical average kids walk inside
Inside a haunted mansion.
Just by chance, free the ghosts who made them Beetleborgs. And yes, the guy who does the theme song is Flabber.
Awesome.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah. Yeah,
Billy Forrester.
Yeah, Billy Forrester is the real actor.
He is the fucking best character in this entire show.
And you want to know the funniest thing of all? There's a full music video
Awesome.
of the Hillhurst gang playing instruments
Oh my
to
god.
a full chorus version of this song.
You have to send that to me.
And it's also funny when you put, like, someone made a meme of it being like, oh, every time they say Beetleborgs, it gets 5 times faster.
Nice. But yeah, the one problem with the opening of the show, it plays at the start of episode 1 and spoils the episodes.
Well, no, the one minor problem with the theme song. Yes, it's catchy, but they
too catchy.
They play it. Yeah, it's number 1, it's too catchy. Number 2, they play it like a lot in the actual episode. Like whenever they transform, it plays.
During the most important parts of the show, it can get pretty epic.
Their transformation sequence is fucking cool. I like it shows them like as like comic book illustrations, and then I like that it shows them as like comic book illustrations of them,
and then piece by piece they get rendered into reality.
And then they just like do this like awkward like walking forward like Beetleborgs.
Hey, for the time it was impressive on a technical level, and I still think it's pretty awesome. And throughout these episodes, we don't really see it too much, except in the 3rd episode we watched, but their actual sequence of calling on their equipment to transform is pretty awesome.
Beetle Bonder!
Beetle Blast!
Yeah,
Like, that's awesome!
Originally, they were going to do some, like, whistling or something to summon their...
Yeah, like, Flabber actually fucks with them, I think.
Alright, so... Yes, the first 2 episodes have things in the show that are never mentioned again.
And conversely, they also don't have things that are in the rest of the show. Yeah. Like a whole character!
Oh yeah, Wolfgang.
Oh yeah,
Wolfgang was not in the pilot 2-parter.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of things, like, when you watch the entire show and then try to go back to watch the first 2 episodes...
It's jarring.
It is jarring. Like, for instance, I noticed
Flabber's fingers are not normal.
Flesh color.
Oh, I noticed that the first time, but I also noticed he's more pale than blue.
Yeah.
Like, he looks more like a ghost in Beetle Rock.
I mean, that's what it was, right? So.
Well,
no,
he's a phasm.
He's a phasm from the 7th dimension.
The opening says free to ghost.
Well, phasm doesn't, like...
I didn't think of that, actually!
Well, just by chance, free to ghost, who made them Beetleborgs.
Maybe they're just saying...
It doesn't sound as good as just by chance, free to phasm, and made them Beetleborgs.
For syllables.
Yeah,
for rhythm.
Yeah, for rhythm, like, rhythm, and everyone knows what a ghost is.
Yeah.
It's just, if you're a true fan, you know Flabber is a phasm.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's sort of like that, like in the Casper universe, where ghosts are sometimes considered just a species and sometimes not.
Yeah, it's like, are you dead? Are you?
I do like in the opening when they show Flabber, he's just doing like this, like.
Oh yeah. Flabber is the most animated, bouncy character in the whole show.
Flabber's actually really fun. He's something from the show that I remember I always really enjoyed. Like I love Flabber.
I miss things like that from the 90s.
Throughout the entire show, he has the most wacky effects ever, where like parts of his body like grow, shrink, stretch.
When he fucking stretched his neck out, I was like, ah! Oh god!
He like space jams his neck out in one part.
It's like something from The Thing.
And I love in
it kind of is.
And I love in the episode 21 that we watched after he gets cured, like when he's like, "Wow!" You see, if you pay attention, his mouth like actually grows beyond where its normal shape.
Whoa!
The show has so many subtle little effects that you can only see if you're paying attention, and that's what makes Flabber so interesting.
And Mums somehow has like a weird Grim Reaper form.
Again, that was only in the pilot.
Yeah, and then these are the only 2 episodes you see him unwrapped in episode 2 and in episode 1, and or it might be both of them.
It was episode 1. Yeah, episode 2 you also see him unwrapped.
And in episode 21, in the pilot, his unwrapped form looks like death or a Grim Reaper of some sort. And then in episode 21, when Baron von Frankenbeans unwraps him, he is apparently a small person
in red pajamas. He just run and he kick. No, I love when he kicks Frankenbeans in the shins. He's just like, eh,
oh shit! Blaze just called me Blaze just mentioned I'm gatekeeping Beetleborgs, so I said if you were a true fan. Shit! Damn, I'm sorry.
Big bad gatekeeper.
Big bad Beetleborgs. Why are we called that? Seriously, why is the show called Big Bad Beetleborgs when in the show it's straight up just Beetleborgs?
Like the comics just say Beetleborgs.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, the new issue of Big Bad Beetleborgs. No, it's like
because bad can also sound good. I mean, good. Bad's cool.
Because they're bad. They're bad. You know it.
Yeah.
Why can't we call them
it's the 90s.
Why can't we call them the Big Rad Beetleborgs?
Ooh.
Big
but honestly, it sounds good when you say it. Big Bad Beetleborgs.
I believe the term is...
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
I believe the term is alliteration.
I'm sorry, but that just made it sound like I believe the term is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
I believe the medical term is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Actually,
no.
The original title
has a fake monogram.
A fake monocle.
Monocle.
There are 2 other origins
to
this. There was, of course, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
And
I like Hero Turtles.
And of course...
Quiet, you European. And there was...
No, he's not. We just came from the bathroom.
Well, there's also the Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad.
Oh, I forgot him. And the tattooed...
I was about to say, and of course, we can't forget the tattooed teenagers from Beverly Hills.
And the tattooed teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills.
Jesus,
Samurai Pizza Cats.
Samurai Pizza Cats.
Anyway.
They're so bad.
Virtual reality troopers.
All right.
Super duper sumos.
When are we going to talk about VR troopers?
Mega
They
big.
got guts and big butts.
Okay, so episode 1 of Beetleborgs is literally just the asshole rich kids try to prove their hot shit by challenging the protagonist kids to stay in the Hillhurst
Roland,
mansion.
and Joe.
Drew. Are you
I
sure?
wish someone drew a better script for
And I have to
this
say,
episode.
out of the three of them, Roland's the most awkward, like, with his acting.
Is it because he's black?
No, it's not at all because he's
Why'd you
black.
have to take it there?
I don't know. I was going to make
And then
a Jewish joke.
no, and it seems every time.
The thing is, they're all sort of cringy, but I think Jo is the cheesiest with her acting because she's just like, "All right,"
and they always zoom in on her face.
Right?
They always zoom in really close in her face, like, "Did not," and I'm like, ugh.
Flabber, this is serious.
True likes Heather.
Drew and Heather sitting in a tree. Reading Beetleborgs. Oh, look, a 3.
Yeah, no, that's another thing. Like they reference the show is so 90s that I'm just like they do all the stuff that
Everything's
like I used to do in the 90s when I was a kid. And I'm just like, oh no.
Yes,
I wish I was a Beetleborg. That'd be awesome.
Beetleborg.
You know what the greatest indicator? You know what the greatest indicator that the show happened in the '90s was? The opening shot of the episode is Trippin' Van running out of the Hillhurst mansion. But oh no, he has dropped his cellular phone!
Cellular telephone.
And it's one of those fucking giant gray monstrosities.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah, there's Roland's caregivers.
His dad and his grandma, who everyone calls Nano.
Who's a fucking biker.
Which, have you seen her actually rap?
Oh god.
Yeah, look it up. She actually raps.
And apparently she fucking makes them chili for dinner every single day.
Oh yeah, you can take a drinking game with the early episodes. Number 1, take a drink every time they mention the new issue of Beetleborgs is out. Take a drink every time the Hillhurst gang wants to eat them. Take a drink every time they summon the Beetle Battle Base.
I love that shit.
Also, this show just really milks the whole we're chasing around in a circle really fast. Like they fucking milk that.
Because they were trying to avoid showing any serious violence.
Yeah.
Lane, the point,
The show's awkward.
it's meant to reminisce of old-timey films, hence...
I get it. I get it.
It's camp as fuck and embraces it wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Campiness? Colorful?
Colorful campiness.
Superheroes?
Colorful.
Are we talking about Big Bad Beetleborgs or the Adam West Batman TV show?
See,
I mean, it's got the same style comic sound effect.
The 1960s Batman is campy as all fuck, but it's amazing because it's campy as all fuck.
So is this.
The best part of that comparison you just made is the fact that Beetleborgs also has plenty of the zow, wham, ouch, like visual comic sound effects.
That I like. Also, in this first episode, whatever, like that, like it shows like Drew imagining that he's like the blue Beetleborg in the comic, and I'm like,
Princess Heather.
no, and I'm like, this should have been the plot of the whole show. Just that each episode is them imagining themselves in an issue of the Beetleborgs comic.
So it's a Kiba Ranger.
Sure.
Well, I noticed that
That'd be awesome.
If they didn't have that part, there wouldn't have been any action scenes in the episode.
Right?
Also, I noticed something
It was so jarring just seeing the blue Beetleborg riding a real ass horse.
Hey,
Was this Gaim?
have you not seen Forever Red? The Machine Empire, who wore Beetleborg outfits, were riding actual horses.
And it was jarring then too. You were saying?
Yeah, well, I got super terror.
Alright, so... I binge watched the entire first season of Beetleborgs. All 53 episodes.
Yep.
Just for BORGTOBER.
Yep.
They never really mention what the comic's about.
It's just Monster of the Week forever.
Yeah, it's like, how is this a popular comic in this
Because
one town?
Charterville is a
Episodic
nowhere
series.
town.
It's just an episodic series.
Because Charterville is a nowhere town and they don't know any better.
Oh, don't you mean like Orange County?
Basically.
That's literally the name of the place that they filmed. Orange County.
Basically.
Orange County in California.
Yeah, Orange County, California.
California.
I tried to find the Hillhurst house because, get this, brace yourselves.
It's actually haunted?
No. Well, maybe.
It's haunted by the ghost of Billy Forrester.
It's a real place. That haunted... The Hillhurst Mansion was a real house built in the late 1800s to early 1900s. And from what I understand, it's still around.
Cool.
So if we know where the show was filmed, it's reasonable to say that it's near there.
No, it's fucking massive. Like, there are massive fields of just the same type of tree. I tried to find it. I cannot find it. Maybe it got demolished in the last 6 years the video was released.
Maybe Bruno knows where it is.
Maybe Bruno's.
Yeah, message Bruno. Ask him, hey, do you know where the Hillhurst house from fucking...
Where the hell is Hillhurst?
He'll answer you.
I'm going to ask him that right now.
Yeah.
Live on the air!
If anyone would know, it's Bruno from MMPR Toys.
Yeah, because, they're from there.
Actually, no, yeah.
Pretty sure he's visited it in one of his vlogs. Yeah.
Right,
so one thing that happens in episode 1 that I'm glad is not mainly in most of the series are the fucking pipettes. It's Flabber!
They're funny. I love that it's just like the same actor just 3 times.
Right? Just 3 different takes by the same actor, and then they colorized them.
Oh, it's the Chipettes. Pipettes?
Pipettes.
Except the Chipettes were interesting.
Yeah. They really were. I like the nerd one.
They
She's
weren't
my
all
favorite.
identical like the pipettes. I like the pun of their name, though.
So, Joe, while being smug over the fact that they heard Trip and Van bailing from the mansion after they all get chased around by the monsters, she, in her smugness, leans on the keys of the organ and thus releases Flabber, the phasm from the 7th dimension.
Ooh, yeah!
Which it's really funny because, like, we watched an episode where, like, they're, like, talking, or, like, I was watching an episode with Gar and, like, Flabber tries to... He's like, yeah, you can't get me back in the organ unless you coincidentally press the same 3 notes backwards at the same time. And then, like, Wolfie accidentally...
How do you play them backwards at the same time?
Okay, well, not backwards at the same time, but, like, he just says backwards, and then Wolfie just accidentally fucking does it.
Yeah.
You're just gonna say he acts.
Wolfie's pretty great, but my favorite of the monsters is Fangula.
I like Mums.
Freaking
Mums.
Who do I... Daddy.
It's always funny hearing him say
Honestly, the best episode with them was when Mums found the baby. like on their doorstep. Mums opens the door, just sees the baby in the little baby basket, and he's like, nope, closes the door. He's like, nope, not dealing with that.
That's
No.
amazing.
Can we talk about the pizza gag in 21?
Oh my god.
Okay, I'll let Gar explain this. This was actually funny.
All right.
Like, legit, I got a laugh out of it.
So-
It's funny.
Episode 21 involves one of the side characters.
Dr. Baron von Frankenbean.
Baron
It's
von
always nice to see a mad
Frankenbeans.
scientist.
And
Yep.
I'm actually shocked that we didn't talk about the episodes about Art Fortunes, since like the rest of the episodes involve him.
Yeah, kind of. We're gonna talk about the Shadowborg saga, which will involve him.
Yeah. So, which episode 21 begins with just Flabber opens the door. Here's a pizza. That'll be $12.95. I did not order a pizza. Oh, you're right. I did. Slams door in the face.
And the irony is he's dressed up as a pizza delivery guy. It was so funny.
Oh my god, it's so good!
Honestly,
She's a pizza.
slamming the door in someone's face is funny.
It's always funny.
It always
But it is.
always has, always will.
But yeah, my favorite's always in the movies or whatever, like that, where they like opens the door. Hey, I just wanted to.
But before we go,
Come on!
before we go more into that episode, let's talk about the debut of the Beetleborgs themselves.
It just
They turn them and they got turned to rats.
oh no, it's
Wow,
Saban Entertainment.
Yeah, see the Beetleborgs. There's these super awesome, powerful like beings that
My question is, why was
small.
there...
And Flabber, being a fucking asshole, just looks right at the rats in the corner of the comic.
Yeah,
If
but
you would
why
say so.
are there rats in the corner?
Free
Maybe
rats.
there are rats as monsters in that
No,
issue.
oh no, it said free rats. Because back in old magazines, it could be like, you want a monkey? Fill in this information, we'll give you a monkey.
Oh my god, that can't be
a
it.
monkey.
Yeah.
I wish it could be that easy to get a monkey.
Where's
my elephant? Where's my
I
elephant?
wish I had an elephant. You did. His name was Stampy. You loved him
You
very
loved him.
much.
Oh yeah. And I am Ganesh. Ganesh is scary.
Ganesh, Ganesh!
Stop chasing Ganesh!
We here at Radio Sentai Castranger love Ganesh.
Please don't pay attention to the man on the shitter.
So as episode 2 starts, we get to see the proper debut of their forms. The red striker Beetleborg, the blue stinger Beetleborg, and the green hunter Beetleborg.
The green hunter Beetleborg personally being my favorite because he looks fucking awesome.
As much as I like blue, I think in terms of design, I think the red Borg is probably the best designed.
I feel like they all complement each other.
Oh, for sure.
It's just
It's a very nice set.
I can't really choose between the three.
I just like that blue is clearly the Kabuto and green is the Kuwagata.
And again, in terms of the metallics Beetleborgs, freaking Silver Stag Beetleborg looks the best.
Stag.
Oh, we'll talk about metallic someday.
Yeah.
But today's not that day.
I know.
No, next year we'll talk about it. We'll talk
Yeah,
about
Borgtober 2.
metallic
Metallic blue.
or wet hot metallic summer.
Ooh.
Metallic.
Summer.
Which people in the audience? What would you rather see? Borgtober 2 or wet or big bad metallic summer? You make the call.
I mean, Big Bad isn't in metallics.
Oh, my
Big
arm
Bad
just dislocated
Beetleborgs
itself.
And now they've got
Oh my god, are you okay?
No, I'm good. It just popped in. It sounded like I
Look,
just
sounds like we need to call Dr. Baron von Frankenbean!
No.
Lightning noise.
Dangerous Lightning?
Oh, hey, can we talk about the villains?
Yes, the Madrigalors!
I love their design.
Okay, I'm just gonna straight out say that this Noxic is my fucking favorite of
Thank
the
you
three.
for getting his name right, finally.
Noxic?
It's Noxic.
Noxus.
And he's Noxus? Noxus?
No, but yeah, the best part about him is he's voiced by motherfucking Derek Stephen Prince, who you all know
AKA
as
Demi Devimon,
Digimon Emperor,
Vimon, Impmon,
Elgar from Transformers.
Elgar.
Power Rangers Turbo. It was like Transformers Turbo.
and I don't know why, but I love his voice in this show. Like, every time he opens his mouth, I was just like, yeah!
You know what this trio reminds me of? We all know it.
Team Rocket.
Team Rocket.
That's basically what it seems like they were going for.
Noxic is Meowth, Jara is Jesse, and Typhus is James.
Basically. And I love that they decided to make Jara's voice and personality clearly based off Natasha from Rocky and Bullwinkle.
There is no skyscraper. There's no
suburbia!
Where's my pizza?
That laugh is both iconic, hilarious, and annoying.
It's just like, there are no buildings or subways. And I'm like, no, I did the Google Maps on this place. Yeah, it's very suburban.
Yep.
There probably is no theater.
But yeah, so Jara is Natasha, Noxic is Demi Devimon, and Typhus is, I don't even know what to call it, but yeah, baby.
He's a mother brain from Captain N, the Game Master.
The Game Master.
I love...
I'm sorry, I always hear that.
Game Master.
In terms of design, I love Typhus the best because he's like some sort of mutant whale creature with a whale's mouth for
It's
a
like
forehead.
a cross between a whale and Audrey 2.
And when you see him try and
That's it.
Yeah.
That's probably it.
And when you see him try and eat, you see him actually shove popcorn into his face mouth.
Feed me.
And yeah, so like, what did our villains for the first time that we see them do?
Go to
Sit and watch a movie. Apparently, Nosferatu in Japanese,
without subs.
Even though it's a silent film.
For those that don't know, Nosferatu is the oldest, as of right now in 2018, the oldest Dracula movie to
Wait,
ever
you
exist.
think there's going to be an older one that comes out after 2018?
Well, no.
If Zeo has anything to do with it,
Well, there is mention of like films that predate it, but as we know, they're all lost.
They could be discovering old films.
Why are you holding mayhem?
But yeah, and my favorite joke during the scene when they're in the theater is Jara steals popcorn from a dude who looks like Hitler crossed with Uwe Boll.
Or Charlie Chaplin.
Or that.
That mustache just makes
And the guy's just like, I've already seen this part. And then he takes like his like fucking chocolate covered raisins out of like his coat and just hands them to her.
Like, why? You could have kept those.
And so the whole time, just like, yeah, Noxic and Typhus, they're just like eating popcorn, and just Jara's trying to, but she's like, I'm three-dimensional, why isn't my mouth working?
We don't have the budget for you to have a full rendered mouth.
Yeah.
It reminds
and she's like so upset that she can't eat.
It honestly reminded me of the joke in Power Ranger Samurai with Octoru and Master Xandred. It's like, Xandrid said something. The Octor is like, says the man who doesn't even open his mouth.
Wow. I love when shows do that.
Yeah, it's like, that's funny.
Yeah.
Remember, he drank his medicine.
Yeah, he drinks his medicine. Ooh, ah, ooh. Master Xandrid will be very upset. I don't know why I gave him like
That didn't rhyme.
Ooh, ah, ooh. Nothing does. It's just that. Hey, Horror have you ever fought Herpidurpidurs?
Blurp, blurp, blurp.
Blurp, blurp, blurp. Go fight now, blurp, blurp, blurp. Anyways. So,
Where's Hyper?
yeah. So, it's all Flabber's fault because when he made the Beetleborgs...
He apparently left open the door to the comic universe.
How Flabber,
because that's the thing.
Shit. Well, no, I think it's not he left the door open. It's just when they wished to be Beetleborgs, he also wished everything in the comic.
It was one of those monkey's paw type deals.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
what?
Like where you make a wish with a monkey's paw, but there's a caveat to it.
Monkeys don't even have paws.
Yeah,
I know.
That's where I'm getting confused.
But the really interesting thing about the Magnivores coming into the real world is the first thing they do is plan to like kill the Beetleborgs, but they make mention of Flabber, and I'm like, you know, Flabber exists.
Isn't he like an extra dimensional being?
He's a ruler from the 7th dimension. They're from the 2nd dimension.
Flabber.
That's like 5 whole dimensions apart.
You know
well,
what?
sorry, Dr. Goreman 8, 5, 6, and 5, 6, and 7.
You know, if anything, probably where the guy who developed the Beetleborgs comic,
Art Fortunes.
it's probably actual shit that, you know, Flabber experienced in his world or some shit. The Beetleborgs are just from him. Flabber's behind everything. Flabber's evil.
Flabber's true villain.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that have been an awesome twist? Just
What?
at Flabber ended up the villain of the actual...
Well, we Sal and I actually came up with an idea of how would Beetleborgs work as like an actual toku, in which Art Fortunes and Flabber would be the same person, but be like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type of thing.
Ooh, I like that.
Where it's like once every day for like 5 hours, Flabber takes over the body.
Oh yeah,
That'd be awesome.
For those who don't know, like, who have never seen Beetleborgs, so if you want to just, like, if we could describe Flabber in the best way possible, he's literally, think of the genie, Elvis Presley, Jay Leno, and Liberace just smushed into one fucking being.
That's literally the design behind him.
Yeah.
And that leads to the only downside to Big Bad Beetleborgs. Lack of production notes. Like, why are there universal monsters? I don't know.
It's a haunted house.
Oh.
Sorry, it's a haunted mansion!
Technically,
Why
the
was that
correct
so
term
funny?
is Hillhurst Mansion because it belonged to Hillhurst.
Old
Did
man Hillhurst.
we ever
Old man-
see him?
Actually, yes.
Oh.
The Magnivores create such a ruckus in the cemetery, they bring him back from the dead, and he comes back to the house and tries to kick him out.
Wow. Cool.
That's amazing.
I love the episode with the Phantom.
Do you know how I could see old man?
Alright. Yeah, the Phantom of the Opera shows up.
Yep.
Wait, what?
Oh, what's his name? The King of Vampires.
Dracula?
No, not Dracula.
I don't know.
Alucard?
You know who I would like to see?
Constantine, not
Do
Constantine.
you know who I'd like to see as fucking old man Hillhurst?
Who?
Freaking Frank from Everybody Loves Raymond. I think he'd be awesome for it.
Hey guys, you need to get out of
Or
here.
Red Foreman.
You dumbasses, get out of my house before I shove my foot
Foot up your ass!
No, before I shove my phantom ass foot right up your ass.
There you go. That'd be great.
And when I die, I want to be face downwards, so that when y'all come visit me, you can kiss my ass.
Kurtwood Smith, you're a national treasure.
It really
You should
is.
be president.
National foot in your ass.
Or Bernard Chad is like, Flabber is Omazeo.
Flabber is almost you. Flab out.
Just by
Flabber time!
Just by chance frees you and made him an overlord.
Come in,
Flabber. Come in, Data. Flabber.
Okay, someone out there make a Flabber ride watch.
No, I didn't mean for the flash to go off.
I know, it happens to me too.
Come in, Flabber.
So yeah. So they try fighting them, like they go, like the Magnivores or whatever like that, they go to the freaking
I
go to the mansion.
I love this. So they meet up with Vexor in their graveyard secret base, and when they get in, like Vexor like gives them shit for fucking around in the city, and he's like, I've been working on a plan to kill the Beetleborgs. You think I've been sitting around twiddling my thumbs while you were fucking around? By the way, my plan is go to their house and find out how we can kill them. That's my plan.
Also,
that I've been working on for hours.
Also, we're not staying in this cave. And Nox is like, oh man, I like this place. So then, yeah, they go to the mansion and they fight them, and it's actually a fun fight. Like fucking Drew swinging from a fucking chandelier and kicking.
Bullshit!
Everyone.
Those heavy armor, you would break the fucking thing off. But it's camp and funny, so whatever.
No, they're kids. They're lightweights. Also, it's just weird knowing how fucking small Jo is, but just like, oh, look how adult she looks when she's a fucking Beetleborg.
Yeah, where do you think Justin came from?
Literally, Beetleborgs was doing so much better than Power Rangers. Power Rangers decided to take a note from Beetleborgs, and that's why Justin is a thing.
Oh.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just Beetleborgs was more popular than Power Rangers at one point, and I can totally understand it.
And look which franchise flourished.
Well,
can I go to the Beetleborgs timeline?
Well, we'll explain why later on. But I feel like the show was more successful because this was brand new at the time, like Big Bad Beetleborgs, where Power Rangers was on its like 4th season, 5th season, Turbo, like in Zeo and Turbo. You had to know 3 years of backstory, like 3 years worth of shows, just to understand Power Rangers. Where this, it's like it's its own thing. Like plot,
and more accessible.
Like plot to the show is literally in the theme song.
Yep.
Boom. There you go. Have fun.
And it's a plus to the show where its only important plot points are summarized in its theme song. It makes it a bit of a shallow story, but it makes it super accessible, especially when the target audience is kids.
Yeah.
Like it tells you what it's about.
Also, it'd be cool if you actually find the props of those Beetleborg comics. Right. They're probably out there.
Probably.
But yeah, so episode 2 is them testing out their powers against the Magnivore generals, and they basically get them to fuck off. So yeah, episode 21, which we skip ahead to, is about Frankenbeans, which is the Frankenstein analog monster in the show.
I like that name. It's cute.
Right?
Fucking Frankenbeans.
But yeah, we haven't really talked about the monsters too much, so there's 4 of them in the main series. There's 1 more in Metallics, but we'll talk about that later.
Metallics.
So, the monsters in the house, aside from Flabber, are Mums, who is a mummy, Count Fangula, who is obviously a vampire, Frankenbeans, who is a Frankenstein analog, and Wolfgang, a werewolf.
Oh, there are actual toys of the Hillhurst gang.
Wait, there were? Were they plushies?
Yeah, and there's the Jawa.
There's a Jawa?
In Metallics, there's like a Jawa.
Yep, that's Little Ghoul.
All of those are only $40 for all of them?
I wasn't going to mention it, but yeah, that's Little Ghoul. You'll meet her in Metallics.
It's a woman.
Yep.
It's a ghoul.
What I was kind of sad about Wolfgang was he's a werewolf, but we never actually get to see his human form.
He's straight up just a werewolf. Vlad Helsing. No, Vlad the Impaler.
Oh yeah,
Vlad the Impaler. Oh, that's who turned into Dracula.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
that. Dracula is the Lord of Vampires.
Why couldn't they just say Dracula?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking show made me waste 10 minutes of my time trying to think of that. Show 0 out of 10.
So there's basically 2 plots in the course of episode 21. Dr. Baron von Frankenbeans has come to visit his little boy Frankie.
My little boy Frankie.
And upon discovering the other monsters in the house, he sees problems with their preserved bodies that he can fix. But of course, because he's a mad scientist, he comes across as way too threatening, and they don't want to do it.
I would never have that. But like Wolfie has fleas, Fangula has an overbite.
Mums has arthritis.
Mums has arthritis, and
Flabber has too much energy.
Well, not that
Schizo.
He has an identity crisis.
Yeah. Although I will say, after that episode, he doesn't really change much, if at all.
$10. No, wait, $30 for the Sonic Blaster from Big Bad Beetleborgs.
In box.
That's pretty good.
In box.
That's awesome.
Tell you what, find me the fucking Data Bonders and the Data Blaster. I might be interested in
Are
those.
those for the second season?
Yeah, from
Yeah,
Metallics,
from
because that shit was way cooler.
Well, for $150, you can get the Beetle Bonder
Jesus.
Oh,
with the
no.
figures.
No.
And for like $120, you can get the whole set of all the Hillhurst monsters.
That actually sounds very tempting.
The Flabber figure actually looks pretty cool.
I need to get a new 3DS because my 3DS is starting to break. I got it on launch day for the very first one, and it's still the same one.
Hasbro, you own Beetleborgs. Make some Marvel Legends style Beetleborg figures.
Bring it
Yeah.
back.
Make a three pack.
Build a figure Flabber.
No. Actually, yeah.
I mean...
No! Frankenbeans build a figure.
Yes.
Oh, yeah!
Yes.
Assemble Frankenbeans!
Yeah, some of Frankenbeans. There you
Wait. Okay, so who would be in the wave? Okay, so the three main Beetleborgs.
go. Magnivores, because you have villains.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking like you could probably have them as a 3-pack. Maybe Skags the Grunts.
Scabs.
Scab. Sorry, I was thinking of.
Oh my god!
What?
Oh my god!
Oh.
Oh no!
Oh, it's the transforming Metallics figures that you can swap their heads with the kids' heads. Why would you do that, though?
Terrified.
That looks scary.
It looks like the new Kanye video.
I like that Joe. I like Joe has her hat on.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's awful.
I was thinking about the Kanye couch video too.
That was Herpters.
So, as Dr. Baron von Frankenbeans is fixing the monsters, the other plot of the episode is the new monster, Cyber Serpent.
Oh, Lane.
Who is
Lane, that's your
reportedly...
favorite monster.
Oh god, no! This thing is the worst looking kaijin I have ever seen. Like Bird-On looks better than him.
Whoa,
That's saying a lot.
For those that don't know who Bird-On is,
Google it.
Go watch the episode where we talk about Bird-On, and
Yeah.
the thumbnail's literally him censored.
yeah, or episode 52 of Kaiju Sentai Ultranger.
Yeah, so it's just a snake with legs
And a tongue on its chest for some reason.
So
Like if you took a giant snake and draped it over a torso with no head.
and literally, you know how each monster fucking comes out? There's either like a random guy or two people just sitting reading the comic, and it pops out of the comic, and they're like, ah! They run away
That's kind of how most of the monsters
every
appear.
single time.
That's because they mentioned in episode 19 of Beetleborgs, when we first meet Art Fortunes, everyone in Charterville reads the Beetleborgs
Except Van and Trip, apparently, because they think it's stupid.
comic. Oh no, they collect it as well. They just think
But they said it's stupid!
yeah, but it doesn't mean
Their
that.
family owns Zoom Comics.
They're like, oh, you're in the stupid Beetleborg kid?
They're just saying that to be dipshits because they hate the
Did
protagonists.
you say dipshits?
Yeah, more like trip shits.
Oh! No, what was I gonna say? Just Steven, you cried about snakes the other day. They don't have arms.
I like that.
This one had arms. In fact, Cyber Serpent looks like he could be a character in ARMS.
You know what? Yeah, you're right.
Wait, arms?
Yeah.
What's that?
The Switch fighting game.
That was
talk
like
about that game
circus
anymore.
music. What happened?
No, just ARMS isn't really that great of a game anymore, unfortunately.
It has nice. I like the.
I like the theme song, that's about it.
Yeah,
Springman for Smash, why not?
there you go.
Oh, okay, no. Okay, that's a minor nitpick for Beetleborgs. Lack of, other music. Yes, there is the theme song, but that's it.
It kind of falls into whenever this thing happens, we play this song. When they use their civilian powers, the one song plays. When they're kicking ass, the one theme song plays. When they summon their Beetle Battle Base, the one song plays. Beetle Battle Base?
Yeah.
I will say that song is pretty fucking awesome.
I'm expecting Armageddon Mon to show up at some point.
When I was a kid, I actually owned the Beetle Battle Base and all the vehicles.
That was a thing?
Yeah, there were toys of them.
There is a 14-inch talking Flabber doll.
Wait, what?
Oh no!
Oh no, I kind of love it. Wait, it's only like $20?
You should get it, and we have him
Scary.
guest on the show.
Oh no!
What does he say?
Probably
Probably flab out!
Flabberific. Totally
Oh
flabular.
my god, he's so awkward looking.
You should look at the Jeb the talking dog plush.
Oh
It's adorable.
no!
You have the talking dog.
Okay, you know what, guys?
Does it
How
talk?
about this? Let's all pool in money together and let's buy the talking Flabber doll.
Yeah, but it's only $20.
So that's 5 each from us.
Well, no, it's $21 and $16 shipping, so it's like $38.
That's still not that bad.
That's $10 between us all.
Do you want to?
I'm in if everyone else is.
All right, I'm gonna buy it right now. I'm gonna buy the talking Flabber doll.
Oh my god.
We'll have this.
Let's hope it arrives this month.
That'd be nice. Oh god, the batteries are probably fucking dead on it.
Well, we can get new batteries.
Flabber, what do you think?
Oh, there's a Flabber money.
Oh, thank you.
I'll e-transfer you, remind me tomorrow.
All right.
My only question is, am I allowed to hold on the one?
Yeah, of course
Yes.
you can.
Okay, and if you guys ever get bored of him, then I'll take it.
Guys, we found Flabber. Guard, that's Billy Forrester. Please untire me.
What is like Misery, but really pathetic?
Flabber cannot die.
Flabber cannot die.
All right.
It was Flabberdoodle and Hobbs.
Sweet. Apparently, estimated deliveries between Monday, October 15th, and Wednesday, October 17th. So next week.
Cool.
Oh,
So yes, we've just all purchased a talking Flabber doll.
Live on the air.
Woohoo! It's probably not gonna work.
Did you find any of the data bonder shit?
No.
we probably didn't look up metallics.
No, I just looked search Beetleborgs on eBay. Anyways, so yeah, so fucking Baron von Frankenbeans is actually pretty funny because he's like he sounds like a mad scientist and everything, and hell, like even like Fangula at one point, he's just like, "You're mad! Did you hear that, Frankie? He said I'm mad!" And then he just like fucking sends Frankenbeans after him.
The most serious line in that episode was like,
Like a Wolfie gets summoned to get his bring his slippers up to him.
it's like, someone bring my slippers
He's just looking at me like,
up. Which Wolfgang grabs him. Fangula says to him, like,
He busted the most real line read in the entire fucking show.
look, he's treating Wolfgang like a pet dog.
Like a little dog.
Yeah, like a little dog.
Oh yeah, that weirdly.
I'm like,
real
oh my god, I
line.
feel how sad you are.
I have to call you back. My lunch just arrived.
Fangula has great lines in the entire show.
In which we actually find out in one of the episodes, Flabber considers Fangula his best friend.
That's awesome.
Like out of everyone in the house, Fangula.
I mean, he's
is
the
his
most
best friend.
he's the most reasonable,
oh my god.
despite the fact that he wants to suck the children's blood.
talking
Can I see
Flabber.
that? I love him.
You should have,
That's such a big head.
you should have asked the guy, does this thing still work?
I'll look at the
Is it
description.
Yeah.
Used.
But yeah, Fangula has some of my favorite line reads in the show. Some of which are going to be in the episodes we will discuss later, so I won't go into them.
Someone has them on Amazon. Did they just make 1 million of these? Except the one on Amazon is $134.
Oh yeah, Changeling Rider in our chat's mentioning there were McDonald's Beetleborgs toys too, which I did have some of as a kid as well.
I used to have one of the VR Trooper changes that they had,
Oh,
the
yeah.
necklaces. I had one of those.
I have that too. Remember?
Damn!
I bought it at a pawn shop.
Oh,
Cool.
jelly!
$2.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Oh, sorry.
You can
No,
super
that's
tra-
fine.
you can
That's
super
awesome.
transform.
There was also Gargantus.
Oh yeah, they had their own carry resort.
Gargantus.
Then I think it got blown up, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a Beetle Battle Base, but we'll talk about that at the end of the
Went the
month.
way of the Jet Slugger. But yeah, so Cyber Serpent is purported to be a monster that is stronger than all the Beetleborgs put together and invincible.
It's just a fucking snake. It's literally just a goddamn snake.
No,
Why is it Cyber Serpent?
No,
I thought for some reason you said it's just a steak.
I find it hilarious.
I'd rather have a
that, like,
steak monster than this.
Just Drew's dad.
Wait a minute.
No, not
Apparently-
Drew's
Roland's
dad. Roland's dad. He's like, oh yeah, here are the new comics. And like, Roland folds out, he's like, wow, they say Cyber Serpent is the strongest 3 Beetleborgs combined. How do you know this? You didn't even read it!
No, you know what it is? I know from reading the Sonic comics that often these comics end with a little preview of what's coming next.
Okay.
So there was probably like, next time on Beetleborgs.
I apologize for interrupting, but I just searched for Flabber doll, and I found one of my favorite internet images was a thrift shop that had a Flabber doll and labeled it Liberace. And they actually found the image. Here it is.
Put it in the chat.
Okay.
Liberace.
Well, he does his stuff like Liberace.
Our favorite part of the band is the forest fire.
I think Hank Pym played him in a movie.
Liberace or
Yeah.
Flabber?
Oh, Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas played Liberace.
I want to see Michael Douglas as Flabber now. Just be like,
If you look like close, let me.
now why
look
don't
on
you
it.
flab out?
Like, I'm
Hey,
afraid of
champs,
getting this
how was
doll
school
now.
today?
We're just gonna have it hanging up somewhere, and then, like, a certain somewhere. We're gonna wake up the next morning, he's gonna be in a totally different spot, and it's just gonna kill us.
Well,
It's gonna be Night of the Living Dummy from Goosebumps.
Okay, here's the
guys,
thing,
I can't sleep now, thanks.
in fact a ghost of some description, so if they said the doll was haunted, like, you'd think, I hope so, it's a ghost.
Thanks, I hate it.
But actually, what's funny is Slappy is actually my favorite thing from Goosebumps ever,
I love
so
Slappy.
I love
I thought you were talking about Slappy from Animaniacs.
Hey, it's me, Gabo!
Honestly, I kind of want to see the two of them fight each other now.
Like, remember how you mentioned putting the lock on the door?
Yeah.
Yeah, I might do that now.
Yeah, there you go.
But Slappy, again, this is another thing that I don't know why I know this, but apparently, and this is not a personal experience. This is something I read on the internet when I was looking at Goosebumps trivia because I love Goosebumps.
Yeah.
And it was that apparently Slappy was a lot of young girls' wake up call that they like bondage.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Like his whole weird master-slave thing with kids, apparently a lot of them got very strange feelings from that and then later found out they were independent.
What is this thing that caused some sexual awakenings?
You've never seen Slappy from Goosebumps?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna show you. You never watched Goosebumps as a kid?
I watched a couple episodes, but I don't remember what that
I was
is.
never like that. Like I never was like, oh, it had caused some kind of weird bondage awakening. But I did have a bit of a crush.
So this is like this possessed fucking doll.
Especially
Possessed fucking doll named Slappy.
Oh, that asshole!
Wisdom. Yeah, Slappy.
It's Gabo!
What?
Slappy from Goosebumps.
But yeah, apparently
Everyone knows Slappy.
Apparently he caused a weird sexual awakening in several young girls in the 90s. So allegedly, according to the internet,
Jesus Christ.
Slappy has the same effects as Totally Spies is the best possible way of putting it. I'm not gonna
According to Changeling Rider.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they actually made an actual Slappy, like, dummy.
Yeah.
We've gone so
That's
far
amazing.
fucking off
There's
topic.
also a really
Okay.
replica.
Okay.
Sorry.
Cyber Serpent.
Yeah, fuck Cyber Serpent.
So Roland reads takes the comic and goes on about how Cyber Serpent is stronger than all the Beetleborgs put together and invulnerable.
Do you have an iPhone charge cable?
No.
And I have no idea how Roland's immediate reaction isn't, wow, we're fucked!
We're
Bob the Builder.
Can we forget Bob?
I hope not!
Where do I plug this in?
Oh, there's a plug-in cable right
Here.
there.
Oh,
You go.
thank you.
There you go. Emily needs a charge cord.
And that brings me to problem number 2 in the show. Sorry, this brings me to problem number 2 in the show. They never really specify how to get the Magnivores back in the comic.
Oh, it's here. I see it.
It's like, oh, just fight them and they'll go back into the comic.
Blast them enough.
How? Like, is it like a COD? Just beat it? Like, just punch it enough times?
So, what ends up happening is they talk to Baron von Frankenbeans. No, I gave her a cord.
Oh.
They talk to Baron von Frankenbeans, and his solution is, if it's stronger than you, just outsmart it. And apparently this triggers the idea in their heads that if we get the monster to step on top of the comic, we can blast him with our lasers that were totally ineffective before, and somehow that will cause him to go back into the comic.
What is this, Doodle Bob?
That is the most convoluted bullshit I've ever heard.
Honestly, that sounds like how they beat that sounds like how SpongeBob beat Doodle Bob in SpongeBob. He literally put paper on him and he slapped him into a book.
That's basically what happened.
In which Patrick makes a joke about, it's like, because SpongeBob puts a frame around him, and Patrick walks in. Patrick's like, I still think you look stupid. He's looking at an actual picture of SpongeBob. He still looks kind of stupid.
Yep.
This game stinks.
So, one thing that I love about Beetleborgs is, throughout the early show, people who watch it might be asking themselves, why don't they just spawn the same monster a bunch of times? And you'd be right, but this is one of the things I love about Metallics, because they actually provide a response to that question. So when we get into Metallics, I'll be having a lot of good things to say.
No, they can resummon old monsters.
I think they did at one point where they summoned like all of them, didn't they?
Yeah, they have they sometimes bring back some Magnivores as an army.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the show, which again we'll talk about at the end of the month.
Yeah.
But I think overall these 3 episodes were really good.
The first 2 episodes are kind of a rocky, slow-paced start where not too much happens. But I mean, what else can you expect for an origin series for a series this 90s?
Yeah.
Like late 90s. This came out in like 96.
I feel like I need to watch some more episodes.
The show absolutely gets better as you go.
Oh, you gotta watch the episode where a film director comes to town.
Oh, yeah.
Or the episode of Wolfgang. Or the episode, like the debut of Wolfgang. What else is there? Oh, the second appearance of... No, the other 2 appearances of Dr. Von Frankenbeans.
Yeah, he's actually... he comes back a few times.
Yeah, seemed pretty awesome.
Like, there's one time where he comes back to fix Frankenbeans. And there was another time where he built his son a wife.
Oh, right. Wasn't there... I remember there was also, like, a junior Frankie.
That's in Metallics.
Oh, right.
I haven't gotten there yet, but I saw the description on
Right.
Netflix. Oh, that's another thing about Beetleborgs. At least in Canada, that I know.
It's on Netflix.
All of it's on Netflix.
Woo!
Shout Factory released it on DVD. Please do not watch those Fox Kids. Like, terrible, horrible looking, like, cuts.
The TV rips.
Yeah, the TV rips, because
VHS rips.
I noticed from, like, those versions to, like, the DVD Netflix version, everything looks so much darker.
The quality is not that great even.
I mean, it kind of helps the haunted house idea.
Yeah. Well, even Lane mentioned in the first, like, for the first episode of Beetleborgs, even though it's on Netflix, it still looks like it was ripped from, like, a VHS.
Yeah.
Like,
Wouldn't surprise me.
like, the quality does not look good.
Changeling Rider says it is on American Netflix.
Okay, good.
But now that we're at the end of the discussion, one thing we should talk about is the ending of, like, the ending scene of Beetleborgs episodes.
Just
Every episode, they play that song, and there's this little silent skit where the monsters jump around and be wacky.
in which they actually changed that around for Metallics, where you actually hear what they're saying.
Right?
It's just, it's comical. It's like a silent film, except they're being wacky. And sometimes it even has like, it sometimes, intertwines with the episode's theme.
Right?
Yeah.
Like for instance, the episode where they accidentally send Flabber back into the organs. The episode ends with Wolfgang and them playing the organ.
Yeah.
Or it's like a buried treasure. It's like, oh look, treasure. They're playing the game. Oh, they're playing the game.
They're always...
The baby episodes are taking care of a baby.
It's always amusing, and the song is funny and catchy.
Wolfgang played the organ. Yes. Yes, he
Get
did.
it? Because Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
Oh my god, that actually makes
Or
sense.
Amadeus Wolfgang. I might have gotten that wrong, but
Wolfgang
yeah.
Amadeus Mozart.
Yes. Good catch, plays.
Yeah.
So, that's our first week of BORGTOBER. Jikai, Radio Sentai Castranger! Next week, I'm super excited because we will be starting the Shadowborg arc.
The only actual story arc in the Beetleborgs show.
And it lasts 6 episodes.
Suck it, VR Troopers. We got a 6-parter.
Also, suck it, Green Ranger, which was only 5 episodes.
Yep.
Yeah, but look what happened to Tommy.
Became the most fucking iconic ranger of all time.
Yeah, became a Red Ranger.
So next week, we will be talking about episodes 26, 27, and 28 of Beetleborgs. So if you have a Netflix account, you can watch it, or you can get the DVDs.
Yeah, you can get the Shout Factory DVDs. Just don't buy them from Shout Factory's website.
Dip at this.
Buy them on Amazon.
Yep.
Don't buy them from Shout Factory. They will charge you extra shipping.
Only villains do that.
Only Magnivores do that. Do you want to be a Magnivore? I don't think so.
Watch it on your Magnavox.
Watch it on your iMagna. I don't know. I tried to say iPhone with a Magnivore.
I think Magnavox is like a brand of TV, isn't it?
Yeah,
I don't know.
something like that.
Anyways, that's the show.
Woo!
Woo!
So, as always, make sure to check out the primary source of our hijinks at castranger.podbean.com. Check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/rscastranger. Tweet at us at XC Studios. Check out our merch store. Join our Discord server where you can not only hang out with the casters and other fans, but listen to the show recorded live Friday nights at approximately 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, check out our Patreon where you can consider donating and pledging to help us make the show better. So, as always, thank you for listening, liking, favoriting, subscribing, sharing, and loving, and just being awesome cast fans, and we will see you next week!
Thank you for listening, everyone.
Bye-bye. Yep.